Canadian who died on Wednesday. Mitch owned the bracket cleaners on Main Street in River Edge for 24 years. Can we have our acting borough attorney, Mark Ramundo, lead us in a salute to the flag?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and attend meetings of public bodies in which any business affecting their interest is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with this act, the Mayor and Council of the Borough of River Edge have caused notice of this meeting to be published by having a date, time, and place posted in the Borough Hall, and notices were sent to the Record and the Ridgewood News. The mission of this governing body is to provide essential services through the establishment and implementation of public policy, to safeguard the infrastructure, providing honest, courteous, and professional services with our residents. Through research and prudent planning, we seek to minimize risks while improving municipal services and infrastructure. We are sensitive to the needs of our taxpayers while realizing that this governing body cannot be all things to all people. With the revenue constraints imposed upon us by state mandates, economic conditions, and prevailing attitudes about taxation, we are on the record, both video and audio. And if you would wish to speak during the public portion and would like also to be seen, you can come forward and stand at the microphone. If you wish to speak, just give us your name and address, and then you may be heard. You may make any comment, ask any question, or a statement regarding matters that may affect your interest. We have 3 exits in the hearing, in the council chambers, 1 in the back and 2 in the front. Can I have a roll call?
Councilwoman Murphy?
Here.
Councilman Ford?
Here.
Councilman Coppola?
Here.
Councilman McMillan?
Here.
Councilman Bartoloni?
Here.
Councilman Papaleo?
Here.
And Mayor Mascarotola.
Present. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes of the Mayor and Council for the work session and regular meeting of October the 1st, 2012?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstained? No. All right, there are no proclamations or awards this evening. There are certain appointments and personnel changes. Can I have a motion to approve the appointment of Patrick McShane, 120 Adams Avenue, as a temporary crossing guard
So moved.
at a rate of $16.16 per hour, effective September the 1st, 2012?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstained? Can I have a motion to...
Mayor, if I may,
All
the
right.
next item will be postponed until after the closed session.
Right, that's a closed session item. All right, there is correspondence which is available for review of the public at the clerk's office. They consist of various letters we have received from Community Hospice of Bergen County, the River Edge Board of Education, and Groundwater and Environmental Services. We have liaison reports this evening. We have a report, hopefully, from Councilwoman Murphy, who is the liaison to Shade Tree Commission, the Library, the Senior Citizens Co-Liaison, the Technology Committee, Special Events Committee, and the New Milford River Edge Shared Services Committee. Councilwoman
Thank you, Mayor.
Murphy.
SCORE has not met due to the past few weeks for the Jewish holidays, but I expect to be there on Monday. They are celebrating their 40th anniversary, and they're having a buffet celebration on October 29th at noon, so I'll be attending that. The Shade Tree, we have $5,000 budget, and they expect to grind about 70 stumps. Their previous budgets of $12,000 was used to take care of this, and now they are 2 to 3 years behind stump grinding schedule. The projects that have recently been addressed: 19 Tenney Avenue, they had a tree evaluated and trimmed. 228 Manning Avenue has been evaluated and addressed. And Liz Stewart will be attending the 87th Shade Tree Conference in Cherry Hill on October 26th and 27th. She helped to develop and put together the conference agenda. They will be supporting the referendum for open space. We also hope to have the new holiday tree planted outside Borough Hall at the end of October, beginning of November. Their next meeting will be Thursday, October 18th at 7 p.m. The library has held 2 anti-bullying workshops. They were both sponsored by DARE, and attendance was fair. Their next meeting will be Tuesday, October 16th at 7 p.m. They will be sending out a Survey Monkey about the programs that they offer at the library and asking for input from the public, so expect to see that soon. And they still have the historic tile mural project ongoing. Everybody was mailed a brochure, and they have gotten a few substantial orders for these tiles. They're gonna, the director, Darrell O'Connor, will be coming here and doing a presentation as well. That's it. The library will be closed on Wednesday, October 17th from 10 to 1 for staff training for Polaris, which is a new circulation program they'll be implementing. They have a hot jazz concert on October 28th. And that's it.
Thank you. Councilman Courts, liaison to the DPW Beautification, Traffic and Safety, the Milford River Edge Shared Services, Oradell River Edge Shared Services.
Regarding the DPW and beautification, I'll be attending beautification this month. I have no report on that. Traffic Committee with Safety. I don't know if I'm working with the chief on that, what we're talking about tonight, so I'll talk to him. I don't know if that's part of it. I'm going to probably have more conversation with him this week on that and kind of work with him there.
Okay.
The shared services, I resent the letter that Borough Administrator had written to Oradell regarding the leaf and combining our tonnage with our leaves. The problem there we had was that apparently the Borough Administrator from Oradell didn't pass it out to the council, and it kind of left us looking like we weren't doing our job. So I had to talk with Jim Coates. I resent the letter by email and made sure he got it and followed up with them getting it. So they all got it. Oradell right now has a little bit of communication stuff problems happening right now. So I kind of had a conversation with Jim a couple of weeks ago about what we're going to be doing. He says, let's wait till after the election. I said, no problem. Same thing with the Milford. We don't have anything really shared with them yet until we start talking to Oradell with some other options. But as of right now, we're still kind of in a holding pattern, but I'll know after November 6th what we're going to be doing. Right.
Councilman Capola, Historic Commission.
October 24th is our meeting. It got pushed up. It was supposed to be last week of September, so I have no report.
Thank you. Councilman Mignon, Police Department, Environmental Protection, Green Team, Planning Board.
No new report on police. Planning board, there have been no active applications. The board's been considering some rules and procedures, codifying some practices into an actual working document. We started discussion that last month and expect to finish it this month. It's basically just standardizing practices, procedures in terms of how we set up agendas and run the meetings. Green Team, we're still actively pursuing the certification, or recertification, I should say. I spoke with Bonnie Stewart. Everybody's doing their part. She was letting me know that Liz Stewart has put in a lot of time updating all the shade tree information. That's one of our major components where we get a lot of our points for recertification, so we appreciate Liz taking the time to do that. We're still on target to get all our data inputted by the end of the year, so we do get recertified. And just as a side note, we did have the Green Team did have a booth yesterday at River Edge Day, and I'd like to thank Bonnie for taking the lead on that. Greg Ogden was out there, and I was only out there for a little bit, but I was also told that Val Duran, Wendy Rosenoff, and Ellen Bastide stopped by and manned the booth for a little while also. We also had a shredding truck out there, which was very well used. I think Denise and Lisa Hessman helped pull that together for us, so we appreciate their efforts on that. So the Green Team is becoming much more active, and I think they're energized now, particularly since we got that small grant, but at least there seems to be momentum on our side to go and look for more projects going into next year.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Bartoloni, Recreation Commission, River Edge, Riverdale Schools, Special Events Committee Senior Citizen Co-Liaison.
Thank you, Mayor. Obviously, yesterday was River Edge Day. I think it was well received. There was a large turnout in the park, so that was good to see, and that's really a combined effort with the Recreation Commission and Special Events to make that possible. Recreation Commission supplied the DJ, and I think it was a great turnout. So I was happy about that. Also now, we're still, as a Special Events Committee, still getting up and running. We don't have our full complement of membership, so if there's people who are still interested in joining the committee, we certainly would welcome that. But now we have a bit of time between our next event. They won't be till about April, probably. Our next events would be the Volunteer Appreciation Day and a new event that we're going to be working on, which would be a swing night, music and things like that in the park. So that's something that we'll be working on and focusing on over the next coming months. In terms of Recreation Commission, they meet on Wednesday, but there's two things they're focusing on, really, are a lightning detection system and open space. The Recreation Commission's really spearheading the effort amongst the other groups to try and get that passed again, and they were handing out material at River Edge Day, and I helped them do that. So that's really what they're going to be focusing on for the rest of the next month or so.
Thank you, Al.
No problem.
Councilman Papaleo, Fire and Fire Prevention, Construction Code Official, Property Maintenance, River Edge Alliance Against Alcohol and Drugs.
Thank you, Mayor. The Fire and Fire Prevention, the Fire Department had 24 fire calls, 6 of them were mutual aid. The River Edge Fire Department provided mutual aid and coverage for the Stony Point Fire Department on September 8th. There were 3 fire training sessions. River Edge Fire Department members attended the River Edge 9/11 Memorial Dedication. Equipment apparatus checks were held each Sunday morning. In addition to that, the River Edge Fire Department has taken as a fundraiser Pink Heels, which they reported to the council last meeting. They also were present at River Edge Day, and they had 2 hose lines at 30% of capacity for the children of River Edge to see what it was like to work a fire hose. The fire official has no new report other than the memo he submitted to the council regarding Main Street 1001 to 1077, where he inspected the chain link, looked at the property, and his recommendations is that there are no fire code violations, but there are property maintenance code and building code that need to be looked at. The River Edge Alliance Against Drugs and Alcohol, READ, there were 2 elementary school presentation programs during the Positive Power Week, and both were funded by READ. They had over 600 in attendance, and the programs were well received. River Edge Alliance Against Drugs and Alcohol Abuse had a table at River Edge Day on the 14th. This gave the Alliance a great boost, and we were able to give out some great information items. Cheon Kim, the head pharmacist at CVS, was there to do blood pressure screenings as well. Cheon is well liked by many people in town and came of her own free time to help out at our booth. The second library CAP program was held on...
Can I just stop you for 1 second? You said the pharmacist from the CVS did blood pressure screenings where?
At River Edge Day at the Reed...
At River Edge Day?
Yes.
In public?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Sorry, just had to...
Okay.
I thought I heard you wrong.
Yes. And so did, by the way, the River Edge ambulance, volunteer ambulance. They also did blood pressure screening.
Okay, all right.
But Cheon has given a lot to the town already for her own free time. The second library CAP program was held on September 24th. Councilwoman Murphy made mention of that. Just one correction, that was not provided by DARE. That was DARE is a sub-program of the River Edge Alliance Against Drug and Alcohol Abuse It was provided by Reed. Parents from the River Edge School were invited to attend the program. This program and one held early in September were for the parents. Reed will be funding some needed supplies for our wonderful new high school and middle school program that encourages students to get involved and volunteer. By volunteering, students will be less inclined to turn to drug and bullying. This evening takes place at Riverdale High School on October 25th.
Thank you. In addition to the monthly liaison reports that you have just heard, there are reports on file for the month of September with our clerk's office for the building department, fire prevention, the zoning board of adjustment, and the tax collector. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
There are no ordinances on tonight for first reading. There are no ordinances on tonight for final adoption, second reading. Before doing the resolutions, I would like a motion to open the meeting to the public.
So moved.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Would any member of the public like to speak on any of the resolutions or matters affecting their interest? No? I thought for sure there'd be somebody. Okay.
Make a motion to close this portion of the meeting to the public.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Would any member of council like to pull out for separate consideration or discussion any of the resolutions? Ed?
12-366,
12-366, that is the
pedestrian...
resolution establishing the crosswalk sanctions on Kinderkamak Road.
Yes.
All right. Let's do that one first. Is there any further discussion on Resolution 366? Those are the 9 what was it, 8 or 9?
9, but I want to amend it to include the 2 on Midland and Bogart, and Midland and Myrtle,
Oh, okay. You're moving to amend the resolution
to include Midland and Bogart and Midland and Myrtle.
Midland, Bogart, and Midland,
And Myrtle.
Myrtle.
Pending proper width and all the other considerations.
GLD. All right, so you want to add them?
Yes.
All right. All right. Is there a second to amend
I second.
Resolution 12-366?
I would second that.
Is there any further discussion on the amendment? All right. Can I have a roll call vote on the amended Resolution 12-366?
Councilwoman Murphy?
Yes.
Councilman Ford?
Yes.
Councilman Capolo?
Yes.
Councilman McMillan?
Yes.
Councilman Bartoloni?
Yes.
And Councilman Papalayo?
Yes.
Okay, very good. All right. Was there any further issues regarding any of the other resolutions on? All right, can we move them by consent? All right,
Second.
can I have a motion to move 12-358 up to 12-369? We'll do the payment of the bill separately.
So moved.
What? And 371. There's a motion by Councilman Courts. Was there a second?
Second.
Second by Kathleen Murphy. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Any abstain? All right.
Did you move to 365 or to 369?
I moved to, we had already done 366 separately,
Yes.
so I moved to 371,
Okay.
but I did not include 12-370, the payment of the bills, because
I was
Councilman
confused.
Mignon will read that resolution now.
Whereas vouchers for the payment of goods and services rendered to the Borough of River Edge have been received, and whereas each bill has been checked by the receiving department, approved by the Chief Financial Officer and Borough Clerk, and reviewed by the 3 members of the Finance Committee. Now therefore be it resolved that bills as listed now be confirmed for payment from the appropriate funds as follows. Current account, $431,047.03. Animal welfare account, $233.40. Trust other account, $15,557.50. Trust other developers account, $1,590.60. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstained? Okay, we already did the open portion of the meeting to the public, so would any council member like to have any closing comments?
I would.
Start with Councilman Papalayo on this side.
I would like to I'd like to thank all the volunteers and all the rec commission, and especially Bobby Conway for the phenomenal job they did with River Edge Day. It was another, I think, great success. I thought Reef had a really good day too. I went over and I tasted the chili, and I thought it was a great community builder. The pie contest, really just the entire event was a great day, and all of our volunteer organizations, our fire department, our ambulance society, and all the others that I'm probably leaving out were there. I was glad to see that beautification had a tent, PTO for Riverdale, and others were there. I didn't get to every tent, but again, just a thanks to our many, many volunteers without whom we could not function as a town, and that really enhanced the quality of life here in River Edge.
Thank you, Councilman Bartoloni.
Just echo some of those sentiments. Bobby does a tremendous job in helping to organize everything, and even the day of, putting things up, taking things down. She's a real asset to the borough. It was a great day. The weather couldn't have been better. Looked a little iffy in the morning, and then the sun came out, but it was great. I did not get a chance to have the chili, but I did have the sausage wrapped in the bacon, which was phenomenal.
How was your chest after that?
You get a free stint in a prescription for Lipitor with every meal. But it was good, and ice cream and everything that was there. It was really a great time, and it is one of those special things that pulls the community together, and that's why events like this are so important, because you do get a sense of community and what your town's all about. So it was great, and that's it.
Thank you, Councilman Mignon.
Mayor, just one item I was going to mention during my report, but we did receive a letter from the chief, recognizing the letter he received from Father Sheehan, thanking particularly Lieutenant Curran for helping coordinate all the police activity with regard to the carnival. So just wanted to thank Lieutenant Curran publicly and say they did a great job. The church was very happy. I think there were none reported incidents. I think the police did a great job, so thank you.
Thank you. Anthony.
Yeah, just two quick things. One, the speed limit on Kinderkamak. I'd be more interested in that helping pedestrians, but I don't think it's going to help the businesses, especially in the strip mall. Their success rides on their own responsibility to make sure their businesses rise or not. Maybe the signage on the strip mall could be something that could be improved possibly with the owner of the mall itself or the businesses, but I don't think the speed limit has anything to do with the success of the businesses there. Other than that, RE Day was great. Pumpkin pie, excellent. Councilwoman Kathy was involved in the pumpkin pie, right?
No, my husband.
My husband.
Yeah.
Excellent pies, right?
Yes.
Tom and I had a taste-off. And Bobby Conway, what can you say? She's like my girlfriend. She's great. She's great. She is. That's it.
Councilman Courts.
I would have to say, hats off to Anthony. You did a great job with the DJ yesterday. That was awesome. It really kept this place going. But Councilman Papaleo, I got to back him up, man. He showed up with his pink shirt at the end of the day and his balloons, and I was like, man, he's into it. I love it. But it was a great day. I walked around a lot, and I was able to see our booths, the Democratic, Republican booths. I think we all did a great job up there representing ourselves, and I think that the conversation yesterday was very team-oriented, looking forward towards the town of growing it together, and that's what I was really happy with yesterday, where we were all working in a one direction. Again, Bobby did a phenomenal job, and all the volunteers. We had a lot of kids that came out and helped, that came up, that gave their time, and didn't have to tell them to do it. They just went and did it. So I just hope next year it gets better and better as we go, because it's a day that years ago you really weren't too familiar with it. Now you get into it, and you can start bringing stuff to the table now, make it grow every year. And I think it was awesome. So that was it.
Thank you. Councilman Kathleen Murphy.
I'll be councilman today. Thank you. I did go to the art opening at the Cultural Center. Local artist, Harry DeYoung. He has showing some really exceptional photographs that he manipulates, and they're for sale, and I would encourage everybody to take a look at his artwork. It's excellent. Also, a big thank you to Recreation Director Bobby McDonald, Conway, for once again organizing a great River Edge Day. We had great attendance by our residents. Also, thank you to St. Peter's Religious Education Director Eileen Hanrahan and a group of volunteer catechists who helped set up and clean up the park. Also, congratulations to River Edge Education Foundation, REEF, for their successful chili cook-off. First place was Mike Kristen, second place Vineet Goswami, and third place and Critics' Choice was Justin Manzi. Anyone interested in joining REEF or seeing what they offer, please go to reefnewjersey.org. We also have some high school kids willing to join the special events committee, so we could talk about that tomorrow. Bergen County Historic Society held an event yesterday, which unfortunately conflicted with River Edge Day, so they had a demonstration down at Historic Newbridge Landing, and they did have a fair attendance down there. And that's it.
Mayor,
All right, thank you.
I've left one thing out, if I may have the privilege just to,
Go ahead.
as fire department liaison, the fire department on Saturday night had Old Timers Night. They do it every year. They're one of the few fire departments in the state that do this. They've been doing it since at least 1940, if not longer. They bring back the old firemen and women who acted as volunteers, and at no charge to them, and provide them a night of camaraderie and thanks. And they were kind enough to invite me as liaison, and I would just like to mention what a great thing our fire department does in every area.
Thank you. All right. It is with deep regret that I could not attend River Edge Day yesterday. Unfortunately, my wife had a death in her family, and we were down the shore attending to the services from 10 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Had I been there, I would have been a contender for the chili contest, but my vegetarian chili sits in my refrigerator. I will enjoy it when I get home. What else? But I want to thank everybody for attending. It seems like everybody had a great time. I've gotten wonderful reports from all of the great things that were happening down at the field. I'm looking forward to the stanchions going up at the 11 crosswalks now that we have included in the resolution. I hope the chief gets them quickly and puts them up. I don't think we need county approval to put up stanchions at crosswalks that are already designated as such. If we wanted to do new crosswalks, we may need county approval. We'll probably do need county approval to change the speed limit, but at least we're all on the same page of this council that we want to change the speed limit. I think changing the speed limit will not only help pedestrian safety, but it will also help people crossing the crosswalks in order to patronize the businesses. Just the other night, I couldn't find any street parking, and I wanted to cross the street to patronize a restaurant across from the King shopping store, and it was like taking your life in your hands, crossing Kinderkamak Road at that point with the speed limit at 35 miles an hour. So I'm happy that the stanchions are going to go up, hopefully with not too much of a delay. With that, we can entertain a motion to adjourn the public meeting so that we can go back into our work session and finish our business.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you. This is an easy one for you tonight, huh?
Appointments and personnel changes.
Okay, well, let's do that.
Do we need to open the door?
We have a motion to close the closed session.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Let me ask you a question. The Safety and Traffic Committee, I wanted to ask if Councilman Capello could take that position. Do we do that privately, or can we do that in the...
I can do that at the, well, all right.
Dump it on.
Whoever.
Capello.
Highbury.
We're on record.
We're cross-training last names.
Some sort of vowel last name.
All right, so just for the record, we're back in the regular public meeting.
Correct.
Can I have a roll call?
Councilwoman Murphy?
Yes.
Councilman Ford?
Here.
Councilman Capola?
Here.
Councilman Mignola?
Here.
Councilman Bartoloni?
I'm here.
Councilman Papaleo?
Here.
And Mayor Mascaro.
Here, okay.
Here is.
So there are two remaining items that we need to discuss in the public meeting. One is to approve the hire of Ann Ciaflis as the part-time Planning Zoning Assessor Secretary at an hourly rate of $15.74 per hour for 15 hours per week with a 6-month probationary period effective October 16th, 2012.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And the second is that Councilman Courts would like to relinquish his position from the, relinquish his appointment to the Traffic and Safety Commission and to nominate Councilman Capola to the Traffic and Safety Committee. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Keith.
All right, so I'll make that appointment. I made the appointment.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I gotta get that on the schedule.
That's good.
I don't know why. Call an emergency.
We done?
Oh, yeah, let's adjourn the meeting.
So move.
All in
Second.
favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, anything? Very good.
I got 10. I'm trying to get him.